Okay guys, this is a good friend of mine, Levi. Just wanted to take a quick video blog of Levi's second day here. Levi's been trading for a while, knows the markets, has been following patterns, has sort of come in to, I guess, get involved in Shine's room to help him with the maybe discipline or mentorship aspect of trading, as he does have the ideas and the concepts, but he's sort of looking for the environment to help him maximize those. So I just wanted to get your take on your first 2 days here, and I know that you're also gung-ho and fully committed, so I just wanted to get a couple words from you on, just your take of what the first 2 days was like.
Okay, well, I haven't traded the last 2 days, which is a good thing because I want to adapt to this environment. Like you said, I've been trading a while, but I never actually traded in a professional environment.
What has been your experience in more trading by yourself, alone, on your laptop?
Trading myself out of my home or office as a second business. And my problem I have is when I trade alone, and that's exactly why I'm here and I'm committed, is because I may have an idea, I take the shot, but then if it breaks away from that level, that idea is supposed to go out the window. And instead of having my stop in there, I either take it out or I never put it in on time, and then I become a wishful thinker. Instead of thinking what the stock is actually doing, I'm actually hoping and praying that it's going to go now in my direction, as opposed to just being stopped out.
As opposed to what that stock actually does.
Exactly.
It gets very tough to fight with that market. And if they want to give you $1,000 on the day, they'll give you the $1,000. But if they want to give you 990, they'll only give you 990. I've actually seen many traders come into the business where on their, couple weeks into the business, they're up literally $975. So what do they want to do? They only want to make $25 more. The next thing I know, they're up $600. So they gave $375 away to try to make another $25, get over the $1,000, so they could do the $1,000 dance. But it's the worst risk reward anybody could have. So you really have to take what you can get and what they give you, as opposed to being forced into a worse list. Let's go to the market then. Let's say, what's your best quality market related?
I think picking levels.
Picking levels, knowing your levels and knowing where to either enter or exit or support or resistance.
Right.
What do you think your worst attribute is trading-wise?
Discipline.
Discipline. And what would that be? Not utilizing your rating system well enough? Would it be breaking some of the rules that you have implemented upon yourself, but you can't actually follow through with them?
Breaking my own rules.
Breaking your own rules. So you actually know what you want to do. You get into a trade. You have a set risk parameter, you have a set reward parameter, but for some reason, when you get to the risk side, when there's a problem, you can't handle yourself properly.
Correct. I'll give you an example, classic example. Let's say I go into position. I want to go into a position at a particular stock at $38, and I know my stop is going to be at $37.89. So I take the position, I get filled, and as I'm entering my stop, it's already below $37.89 where I would be stopped out. So I say, hold on, let me back off a little bit, and before because I'll be stopped out already. Let me see what the market's going to do. And instead of actually listening to myself, I'm executing, stopping myself out. And then I may walk out of the room. I say, okay, you know what? I'll take another 10-15 cent risk, and but I don't actually put in the stop for another 10-15 cents. And then I walk out of the room. I come back, and before I know it, I'm down 30 cents. And I'm really like reading books that when these things happen, I really am like a drunk person got hit by a car.
No, what it's like the kettle's boiling, and it finally gets to that boiling point where the sirens are going off, and you're like, at this point, who cares? And I'll just do it, and I'll buy a little more, show a little more.
My whole thesis, my whole strategy, everything goes out the window, and everything's going against me.
Would you feel more comfortable putting in automated stops or stops by default? Like when I use a stop on some of my trades, I'll buy 1,000 shares of stock, I'll put in a stop 4 cents lower to put in a market stop, and I then cannot cancel my stop that I have on without going into my order log, clicking on it, and pressing cancel. So it means that even if I want to cancel, it's staying there unless I make a physical effort to get to that point. Do you think something like that might help in your
Absolutely. Absolutely. Not only that, what brought me to this room, and what keeps me going and not giving up trading, is even though I've been wrong once and been wrong twice and been wrong 3 times, a normal person would not put good money after bad, or you get your hand burnt in the fire, you don't come back the next day and stick it in again. And if you do, after 3-4 times, you give up. But what keeps me coming back is because I see at the end of the day, or at the end of, even, most days I would make money based on my strategy. And even if I have a bad day, 9 out of 10 weeks I see on my statistics based on my strategies that I would be ahead of the game, and month after month I would be in the green. So actually that would be ideal, and my dream is to eventually to have it all automated, put in my strategies into black box and totally work by itself. Why? Because this is what I always told myself after seeing my own strategies work on paper but me not following through with my plan, which is, I always tell myself, if I was only a robot and had 0 emotions, I would be making money hand over fist.
Right. If I was only 6'7", I'd be in the NBA. No, but listen, in this business, what's interesting is that it is never too late for a person to reform their ways, and I see it firsthand all the time. Like, for example, one of our members in Shine's room that just came aboard, he was on his last leg trading-wise. And he decided now he wanted to give it one last shot and give a go at it. And the guy went from losing $200 a day on minimal amount of volume to making it some days up to $5,000 a day. And this was just a turnaround overnight, because he found something that not only intrigued him, but he was able, like you are talking about doing, is reforming some of the problems that you may have had in the past. Which is a beautiful thing about our business, is if you can control yourself even that last day, whenever it is, and you start working from there, you could always become a successful trader because of that. And I see you share the passion of trading, and that's why I invited you to come in here and to come and sit with us, is because when traders have passion of trading, that's what you like to talk about. That's your hobby and your business at the same time, and now we have to get to just the part of making money from doing so. So it's never too late, and I think that's one of the keys to this, is that any day a person can come in and they can reform and change their things. I got one last question, and we're going to wrap it up. If you took back every day that you've traded and you were able to collect the money back where you lost more than your expected max loss, and I don't need a number, but how much would you have in savings back into your account?
I'll be able to live over for the next few years.
A serious amount of money, right? And you know what? The crazy part is that even me as the educator and the mentor, is I do the same thing. I wish that I could still get back at times the small, and I don't lose a lot more than my max loss. And I wish I could still get back that amount. And I wish all the traders that I've seen come into the business set themselves a max loss and are able to control their max loss and max downside and get that back. Any amount above that, just get it back and keep it. And I've seen it before, and I've seen it many times, that's really the detriment of the business, is when a person can't control above their max. And this is something that we will work on, and that's what we try to do here through the ongoing mentorship program. So once again, Levi, thank you for your time. We'll see you tomorrow, and we'll continue this video diet.